Burning bridges at work happens really quickly, like in a palpitating second. Let's put it this way. If they are saying to you, you could be terminated through this process, that's not necessarily what's going to happen. So don't look at the word termination and think, I can burn bridges here because they're going to fire me anyway and then I need to raise a personal grievance. The likelihood of you being terminated, if you follow some of my advice or follow somebody else's support, it could turn that whole thing around. Depends on the seriousness of the situation, that depends on the details, it depends on all of that. At the end of the day, just because they're threatening you with termination doesn't mean you're going to be terminated. And even if they do terminate you and you want to raise a personal grievance, it still wouldn't justify you behaving poorly through the process. In fact, your good behavior through the process will help you if you need to raise a personal grievance afterwards, because you can point to it and say, look how professional I was, and yet they still did X, Y, and Z to me. So yes, it's really, really important to maintain professionalism when you're going through a process and not to assume that it's the end and therefore I can burn bridges. Because if you burn bridges, you are only hurting yourself.